What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another Albion Online video. In this video we have something very special that I've been trying to do for a while now, and that is another 10k silver flipping challenge. Only I have to make 1,000,000 silver in this video. Just this video. It's not going to be a multiple part video. We're going to be trying to make 1,000,000 silver, trading 10,000 silver into 1,000,000 silver just in this video. This is also kind of a different method I'm doing in this video. I couldn't really do a normal live commentary because I have to do a lot of trades, and with a lot of trades I don't want to be doing a commentary every single trade. So what I've done is I've gone out and I have completely just recorded myself and every single trade I've done until I got 1,000,000 silver. And right now, as you can see, it's just going to be a couple trades that I'm doing, starting off with tier 4, and I'll explain how I'm doing this in a little bit. But once again, this is a challenge of me flipping 10,000 silver into 1,000,000 in just one video. So let me explain my strategy I'm going to be doing. First, for the first couple thousand, from around 10,000 to 100,000 silver, I'm strictly just looking at tier 4 items in the marketplace. This includes any weapons or any kind of cloth armor or whatever. So anything that's tier 4, that's what I'm trying to flip for these first couple trades until I get to at least 100,000 silver. And then from then, we're just going to start moving into tier 5 and tier 6. But for this, if you're doing something like a challenge for this, and if you're, I don't know, begin trading, make sure you stick to tier 4 weapons and armor pieces, because you can do some small trades. As you can see, these trades I'm only getting a couple thousand silver per trade, but I'm only sticking to tier 4 again because it's very cheap, and sometimes a lot of people don't look for these trades. So you can find a couple trades that give you 5,000, even up to 10,000 silver per trade, because again, it's not being fulfilled. Not a lot of people are actually looking at tier 4. Most people are looking about tier 6 and tier 7. So I'm able to just use this tier 4 and be able to trade my way up to at least 100k, so we can move on into the more advanced trades. As you can see here, I am trading mostly weapons because I'm looking at weapon categories, just going back and forward between the black market and the regular carrier markets, and looking for any weapons that are being sold for a higher price in the black market than the regular market. And I'm just doing that simple flip, not necessarily doing anything kind of advanced. Very simple stuff here. We're gonna get to a little bit more advanced as this video goes on, but for now it's just very simple. We're trading tier 4 stuff, very cheap. We're only making around 4,000 to 5,000 silver per trade, and this is all we need to do until we get a little bit more of capital. So a lot of you might be asking, hey, are you actually going back and forward between the black market and the normal market to do these trades? And yes, for most of them I do check the black market prices. I run back to the normal, carrier market, and I see the price difference. But in some trades, I'm able to use a resource tool called Albion Online 2D. Albion Online 2D is a website where you're able to check the current market prices, if you're looking at it that way. The downside of using this website is that the prices aren't necessarily correct most of the time, because they're not registered every single second. There's a method that Albion Online 2D uses to get the market prices, so they're not necessarily correct prices most of the time, but sometimes it's good to know what the value of that item is. And if you think it's going to sell more or less, you can easily just check Albion Online 2D for the current market prices for that current item. The other thing I'm using is just straight off memory, what kind of items are selling and what. I usually mess around with the Albion marketplace every once in a while. So I currently know some of the market prices for the items. So I'm using between what I currently know, how much something is kind of valued, and also Albion Online 2D to check out which current trades I'm going to be doing. Now, yes, most of the time I am having to walk between the black market and the carrier market, because those are the actual prices I need to take in mind to make those successful trades. So sometimes I use those tools, and then most of the time I have to look at what prices are currently in the black market compared to the normal carrier market. So we are closing in for our 100k mark. This trade right here that we're doing will get us to around 80k or so, and then it'll take us around 2 more trades to do this. As you can see, we moved on to 4.1 because we have enough capital to do these trades. So this trade right here, I think, gets us very close to that 100k. As you can see, we got about 89,000, and this trade right here will get us to 100k. The 4.1 carrying collar, actually the fire staff, will get us to 103,000 silver. So now that we have 100k, as you can see, I moved on into 4.2 weapons, because now we have even more capital, and these weapons are very valuable. A lot of people use 4.1 and 4.2, so I'm able to trade 4.2 now, beginning since we have 100,000 silver to trade with our capital. We're able to do 4.2 trades. As As you can see, we have the dagger pair here, and we're gonna make small trades. I also switched between 5.1 and 4.2. Those are around the same prices. So here I have 5.1, and I switch between 5.1, 4.2, and eventually even get to 6. And we'll talk about all of these 6 strategies and stuff like that, tier 6. But for now, we're doing 5.1 trades just to get our capital going. And once we start getting that 200 to 300,000 silver mark, we're going to move on to tier 6, 6.1, 6.2, and possibly even 6.3. So you may be asking yourself, how are you finding these items to trade? There's actually 2 methods that I do to find these items. The first method is by sorting by item name. A lot of people sort by price, the item price. I like sorting it by item name because it will give me a category and all of the items, just a list of the current prices for every single item for a specific tier and a specific enchantment. So I go into the black market, I click on the tier 5, then the tier 5.1 for example, and that will list every single item, and I click on the item name, and that'll list it by item name starting from A all the way to Z, and then I can see every single item in that list, and then keep going back and forth between the black market and the regular market, seeing if there's an item being sold for a higher price. The other method that I use is, yes, sorting by the item price, but I changed it up a little bit. Instead of just looking at every single item and all of the current high prices for every item, I usually change the quality of the item to something specific. So if I want to search for tier 5 weapons, I'll click on the tier 5. I also click on the, I think, just normal or good quality. I change the quality around so I can kind of just specialize in a sector of the market. A lot of people fail at looking at the prices and all the items because they're just generally looking at the black market and just scrolling through the normal sorting system that they have, instead of going up top and changing all of the sorting categories that you can do, such as the tier, the enchantment, as well as the quality. So what I do is I like messing around with that until I find a good sector that I can do some trades and then start looking at the prices from there. So coming back to the video, we are about to hit 300,000 silver, so that's a really good mark. This means we can start moving into tier 6 and tier 7 stuff. As you can see, these first 2 trades I'm going to do are tier 7. That's because I couldn't find any successful tier 6 trades. After these 2 trades, I actually go back to 6.1, and that kind of shows you what I have to juggle between tiers. If I can't find a successful trade in about 5 minutes in a tier, I will move back between a different tier. So I couldn't find anything successful for tier 6, I went to tier 7, then I couldn't find anything successful for tier 7, I went back to 6.1, and that's how I juggle the system. I kind of just change the tiers and the enchantments until I find a successful trade. I don't stick to one tier and one enchantments for so long because of course those orders are being fulfilled and also new orders are being created between the whole entire market. So I have to switch between 6.1, 6.2, 6.3, all the way to 7, 7.1, 7.2, and just keep juggling them until I find something successful, some successful trades. I'm also getting some really good trades. As you can see, I hit 100,000 silver trade just a little bit ago, and I'm kind of doing pretty well. It's almost been around 40 minutes and I've made 420,000 silver, so that's really good. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually just going to give you kind of a compilation, a montage of me doing these trades, because I don't want to comment over every single video here. So I'm going to be leaving you with some music, and we'll be back once we start hitting that. So I hope you guys enjoyed that little montage with a bunch of the trades. So we actually hit the 1 million silver mark, as you can see here. The only problem is that we have some items behind sell orders, but once those sell orders are fulfilled, we will have that 1 million silver mark. This entire challenge took around 2 hours, and the reason it took 2 hours is because we only started with 10,000 silver. If we had more silver, we could have done this much faster. So if you're trying to do this to get some silver to, I don't know, buy a premium or something, you could do this. You can get 1 million silver in around an hour or so. You just have to find successful trades, and of course you need to have more silver than this video. If you want to do this much faster, an investment of 500,000 to 1 million will be very helpful to do those trades, but I only started with 10,000. That's why it took 2 entire hours to complete this challenge. With that being said, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you hit that like button. Comment below what you think about the black market flipping videos just like this. And yeah, there's going to be a new update coming, the Percival update, pretty soon to Albion Online. If you want some more Albion content, make sure to subscribe. With that being said, I'll see you guys later on my next video. Peace.